Hi, this is Scott Davis, and we're live on RHS TV. I just got a notice here from my YouTube app that says that we are live, so looks like we're on. We should also be live on the Rogers Mounties Sports app, so I hope you guys at home are watching. We're here at Veterans Day on a brisk, chilly night in Conway, the home of the Wampus Cats. The Rogers Mounties are the visitors tonight in the 7A state playoff. This is the same place we were last year, so we're hoping to get a win tonight. The team and the coaches are hoping to get a win. The game starts at 7, and we'll have the Conway High School Junior ROTC Color Guard will be going on the field here in just a few minutes. And then after that, we'll have the National Anthem, followed by the Rogers Alma Mater and the Conway Alma Mater. So we have Christian Zaldana running one of our cameras, and we have Cade Latham down on the field with the wireless camera, and we've got Johnny Contreras up in the studio running the switcher, and helping with the field cam, and we're going to be hopefully having an exciting game tonight. So we're going to take a little break here and let you guys watch the color guard do their thing.
Good evening, football fans. Welcome to John McConnell Stadium at Centennial Bank Field for tonight's 7A state playoff game between the Rogers. Move your hats for presentation of colors and the playing of our national anthem. Presenting tonight's colors from the Conway Junior ROTC Color Guard, Commanding Cadet Sergeant Vivian Waldron, Cadet Abby Harris, Cadet Benjamin McCara, and Cadet Daniel Tollison. Tonight's anthem will be played by the Conway High School Marching Band.
here. More to the right. That's good. Man, I wish our band was as good as them. You got it. Don't touch it, CZ. Don't touch it. Mine still have audio on it? Mine still have audio on it? Far enough away. Can I be closer? That's what I'm looking at.
All right, this is Scott Davis, and I'm back live with for RHS TV. We are about 7 minutes from kickoff, and we're getting ready to do the coin toss. The Mounties are back here again, same place we were last year in the playoffs, with identical record except for this year the Mounties lost to the Springdale Bulldogs, and last year they beat them. So this year they're 5-5, and last year it was 6-4. But the record at other games were the same. They beat Siloam Springs, Van Buren, Normandy, Fort Smith Southside, and Claremore, Oklahoma. So that was the 5 wins, and the 5 losses were, we mentioned earlier, Springdale, Harbor, Fayetteville, Bentonville West, and Bentonville. So it's a real tough 7A West Conference. The Mounties have shown some good positive points this year. Coach Lloyd has said all along that this is a young team. He's starting a lot of first-year players, but that helps build your program for the future. So one of the goals the Mounties had at the beginning of the year was to get further along in the playoffs, so they're hoping for a big win tonight. And we've got a pretty good turnout fans here. Considering how long the drive is, it's about a 2.5 to 3 hour drive from Rogers, and there's a small but dedicated group of the band that has come out tonight, and so it's about 40 degrees out here, a little chilly on the field, and the players team captains are coming out right now for the coin toss, so we will pause for a second while and wait for the results of the toss. And the captains tonight are Andrew McGlynn, Colin McWhorter, Hunter Hawkins, and
Number 4, Colin McWhorter. Number 10, Andrew McGlynn. Number 72, Dusty Sherman.
Zefrino Garcia.
Captains for Conway. Number 1, Dontel Hammonds. Number 3, Jordan Wicks. Number 5, Matt Lloyd. Number 61, Keandre Plant.
Colin McWhorter has been a big leader for the Mounties, both running and catching the ball. And Hunter Hawkins has been a dependable receiver and a solid cornerback for the team. All right, Conway will receive.
Officials for tonight's game are referee Jim Featherston, referee Kevin Joffrey, linesman Brad Davidson, line judge Hayden Woodward, and back judge Steve Riley. We're watching our officiating crew sponsored by the Black Eye Care Center. You can't tell them if you see them if you can't see them. Dr. Susan DeBlack, Dr. Sarah Davis will make sure you don't miss a single play.
I get the players on the field. I get players on the field. It's all right, sir.
Football fans, it's time for Saturday night run for the 7A state playoffs to begin.
All right, the RHS cheer squads are out there waiting to setting up formation for the team. The Mounties will be running out on the field here in just a minute. The coaches for the Mounties tonight are Mike Lloyd, head coach, Jared Schoonover, offensive coordinator, Andrew O'Neill, defensive coordinator, assistant coach Rob Bray, Marshall Hahn, Coach Rettman, Mike Bush, J.D. Gunnels, and then you have Jebediah Tevenkamp, Mark Cooper, Jason Orler, Drew Andrews, and then trainers are Jesse Harrington and David Roller. So we've got a good team out there supporting the Mounties. And we're just waiting for the teams to come out. And the Mounties will take the field, and you can hear the hometown hear the Mounties taking the field, the Mountie band. That's always a big addition to the team to have the Mountie band out there playing to give build the spirit. And if you look at the opposing fans right now, there's not a huge turnout here for Conway. We got a pretty good, the Mounties have a pretty good contingency of fans out there right now. Here we've got a shot of the Conway Wampus Cats, and you can see a lot of empty seats tonight. Typically, teams have fans that kind of dribble in later, but the Mounties have brought a good engine from such a long way. And we hope that anyone that couldn't make it to the game that is interested we appreciate you listening to the live stream tonight. So we are getting ready for the kick. Willie Hernandez has been a huge help for the Mounties this year. He's a state champion soccer player, and he's set to be the senior kicker and punter for the Mounties. And his kick is up, and it is a low kick, and it is dropped by the Wampus Cats, and it's stopped about the 28-yard line. And that was Jackson Freeman on the return, and he's going to get a few yards, and the Wampus Cats will take the ball on the 31-yard line. This will be a big test for the Mountie defense here. This first possession is always really important. Andrew Gray is in the shotgun, and he doesn't have anywhere to pass the ball, and he's going to scramble, and it looks like the three Mounties are going to hit him for about a 2-yard gain on a busted play, maybe 3. He had pressure in the backfield, and he also couldn't find anybody open. So even though they did get a few yards out of it, that's the kind of play the defense for the Mounties want to see tonight. Still in the shotgun. Rhea takes the snap, and big Dusty Sherman right there on him. You're seeing some defensive linemen whipping their men at the line of scrimmage and getting through into the backfield and really putting the pressure on the quarterback. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6, and
gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 6.
movement in the backfield. Handoff to number 2, Brendan Clark, and he gets nothing. It looks like he loses a few yards on the play. A real good start for the Mounties. Came out and gave nothing to the passing game and forced the. You thought that the Wampus Cats might try to throw there, and they tried a little misdirection play and came up with nothing. So. 4th and 6, and it's a long, deep snap. The kick is up, and it looks like there's a call. Illegal procedure against Conway, and it's going to push the ball back even further. A great start here for the Mounties. Coach Lloyd has been telling the team all year that they can do more in the playoffs this year. That's been their goal. And they're off to a good start. The offensive line looks like they are ready to come. They look like it was a fake, and they're going back for coverage. And we have Hunter Hawkins signals for the fair catch, and the Mounties will get the ball at the 35-yard line. And great start for the Mounties. Let's see if the Mounties offense can answer back with the first down here. Get a little movement. Hunter Lloyd will take the snap from shotgun. Colin McWhorter is with him in the backfield, a little bit up from him. McWhorter, he passes out in the flat. McWhorter runs and gets about 7 or maybe 8 yards. He's tripped up, and they're going to give him forward progress for almost a 7 to 8, probably about an 8-yard gain. McWhorter has been really played tough all year. Been a big spark plug for the Mounties. McWhorter is going to split. It's going to be split out for a pass in the slot, and you've got big Aaron Jones over there with. Lloyd had a receiver. It looked like he had an open receiver over there, but he couldn't quite. Garrett Dake just couldn't quite break loose from the defense to get that. It maybe have been a little bit overthrown. Third and about a long 2, maybe a short 3. You have to wonder here if the Mounties will try to run it, or we got a 3-man. Lloyd rolls out. He's got pressure, and they're going to get a sack on him, and he's going to lose about 4 yards. Just couldn't find an open man. That was a good decision by Lloyd there to take the sack instead of going ahead and risking a pick. Wampus Cats answer back, and it'll bring up about 4th and 7. And Willie Hernandez will go back for the kick. Good snap. Hernandez kick is up. Long kick, high kick. Taking it about the 25, fair catch. And Jackson Freeman again will take the kick, and it looked like he might have had a little room to run, but he decided to go ahead and fair catch it and put the ball down. All right, a big test for the Mountie defense here. See if they can hold it again in the second possession like they did the first time. They had a lot of quick pass out to number 16, and he's got some running room, and it looks like he's going to be kind of pulled down there by Nate Hahn, but not before he gets a good long gain, enough for a Wampus Cats first down. About a 12-yard gain. It's going to bring the ball up to about the 41-yard line, or maybe a little short of the 41. Back, he throws, and the receiver looked to be wide open over there on the side of the field and right toward the sidelines, and he dropped the ball. Big break for the Mounties. Just across midfield. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Second down 10.
Rhea passes. Oh, another drop ball. It looked like Joseph Thomas had a chance to catch that ball, but he had a defender right on him, and he may have heard footsteps and just was worried about the hit and dropped the ball. Or it could be a little bit of a cold ball or whatever, cold night, but for whatever reason he dropped it. That's 2 drop balls here on this possession. Brings up 3rd and 10. It's a good chance here for the Mounties to maybe get a pick or shotgun, long pass, wide open, and it just Nick Richmond has his defender beat by a few steps there, and he's just able to sail in for the first score of the night. So the Wampus Cats will go up 6-0. Jordan Wicks is going to set up to kick for the Wampus Cats, or he's going to not set up, but he's going to get ready to kick. Nick McQuinn will hold the ball. Snap is up, kick is up, and it is good. Strong foot from the kicker there. And this one, it looked like the Mounties might get another stop. The quarterback showed off his arm strength, Andrew Brea. Long pass, right on the money, and deep for the Mounties will be Hunter Hawkins and Colin McWhorter. Kick is up. It is a long kick. Hawkins will take it at about the 10 and give a little bit of running room, and he'll be out to about the 31-yard line before he's forced out of bounds. The Mountie Spirit Squads are doing a routine to support their Mounties. Hunter Lloyd's going to come over to the sidelines and talk for a second with the coach and hustle back over with his instructions for the play. Clock's down to about 10 seconds. Lloyd takes the snap, hands off to the quarter, and there's going to be a penalty. It may be offside. Looks like they have a little movement down the line. Movement down there by the Mounties, so that's going to push them back 5 to about the 25. Hawkins, or Lloyd McWhorter slows down to try to get the catch, and it looks like they may call an interference. It's hard to tell if that ball was catchable there, but there's 2 sets of flags down. Yes, that is right. It was pass interference. They're going to call it from 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. It's going to be an automatic first down for the Mounties. A big break here. Lloyd takes it, pitches out to McWhorter, and he's got some running room. Good lead block out there by Hawkins, and he gets all the way down to about the 40-yard line before he's pushed even after he's out of bounds there. The Mounties have a little momentum going right here. thank Johnny Contreras tonight for running our live switcher. He's doing a good job, and he's directing our team of photographers. We got Cade Latham down in the field and Christian Zaldana up in the press box. And Lloyd, just throws it just out of the reach, or the quarter just can't quite get a handle on it. Out in the flat over there. And we'll bring up second and 10.
Brings up second down 10.
Kind of hard to tell exactly what happened here. Wasn't sure if it's miscommunication or just a little hard, too hot to handle. Lloyd showed a lot of composure for a sophomore quarterback this year. It's been a lot of young players on the field this year, but the Mounties have shown good improvement. Lloyd throws a hard one right into didn't get the name of the receiver.
Brings up third down and 10.
If it's Charlie LeRae. Lloyd takes the snap, scrambles, he's got a couple, launches a long one, a little off balance, and just sails it out of bounds over there. Garrett Date couldn't get to it, it was out of bounds, out of his reach.
For Garrett Date. Calls incomplete, providing the kick with Will Kennedy. Brings up fourth down and 10.
All right, it's a fourth and 10 here, and Willie Hernandez will come in to punt.
Back deep for Conway, Jackson Freeman, Will Kennedy.
Conway is bringing in we're going to field the ball at about the 15. He shakes a couple tackles and gets it out to about the 20-yard line there.
Will be first and 10 Conway. Making a stop for Rogers. Then Carrillo.
It looks like Conway brought all of his players in there for a little huddle. They're going to try to come back and answer back with another big touchdown. This is going to be a big possession here for the Mounties, trying to need to get a stop here. Hand off to number 2, and 3 or 4 Mounties. Brendan Clark gets about 3 yards before a host of Mounties bring him down, including Big Dusty Sherman. Cheer squad's out there trying to pep the team up. And the band is doing a little action. I know the team really appreciates the band out here showing support. A long pass, and number 16 gets it at about the 40-yard line. Is cross midfield to about the 42. Joseph Thomas again, senior wide receiver for the Wampus Cats. Got a lot of speed and a good set of hands. Mounties are looking to get a stop here. Big number 2 bulls his way for about 3 or 4 yards. He stuck his head down and didn't really hard. A little bit on that one. About 3, maybe a long 3, a short 4 maybe. Quarterback looks, throws out in the flat, back to 16 again, and he shakes the first tackler and gets down to about the 22-yard line. That's Joseph Thomas again over there. He's kind of hot for the Conway tonight. Big possession here for the Mounties and the Wampus Cats. 1st and 10 from 21. Now reverse, and it's a pass. Giovanni Johnson, who's also listed on this program as a quarterback, takes a pitch and connects for a wide open pass into the end zone. And I think that was Will Kennedy on that one.
And to attempt the extra point, Jordan Wicks.
And
on the hold, Nick McEwen.
Jordan Wicks will set to kicking. We'll get ready to kick again. Left-footed kicker and kicks it high and right through. He looks like he's got some range. He might be able to kick a long field goal. He gets that ball really high from the goal post. And that'll push the score up to 13-0. I'm sorry, 14-0. And we'll Conway set to kick again. Out, calling the quarter. He's got a little bit of running room, but he drops the ball, and number 24 just picks it up off the turf. DJ Fuller just kind of landed right in his hands, and he just kept on running. Didn't fall on it, but ran it down to about the 22-yard line. It's going to put Conway in great field position. We're missing Amonte Jones tonight. He's helped with the broadcast on most of on all of our games this year. We've live streamed 9 games, and he's been here for all of them. A preseason game and then 8 regular season games. And he's a starter on the Mounties basketball team, and he had practice today in preparation for a big game next Monday. So we miss Amonte tonight. We hope he's listening. But he did a great job for us this year. And Chris Anderson, big senior wide receiver and tight end for the Wampus Cats, catches the ball and quickly scores and brings the score to it's 20-0 now, but here they're going to call a kick.
I'm still mad at this point.
And they're going to call.
Moved to the 8-yard line.
going to call a procedure call there against the Wampus Cats. It's going to move it back 5. But from what we've seen out of Jordan Wicks, this may not make a lot of difference. He seems to have a strong foot. Let's see if he can stay true on the target. Left foot kicker up and almost all the way to the top of the goal post. I don't know if you can see that on the quite an impressive field goal kicker they have. He hasn't kicked any field goals yet tonight, but it'd be interesting to see if he could match foot strength with Willie Hernandez. Accuracy. Hernandez has done a good job for the Mounties this year, but the Mounties will be looking here to see if they can answer back and try to stem the tide of this Wampus Cat momentum that's taking over the first quarter here. High kick is taken by Hawkins at about the 10 or 12, and he's going to get some running room, and he's down all the way to the 38, it looks like, before looks like he's tackled just inbounds. It's a little hard to tell from this angle, but 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first quarter, and the Mounties are going to get good field position here and a chance to close the gap. All right, we just got a notice here from one of our viewers that the natural sounds of the crowd and the bands are a little bit louder than our announcers. So we'll see if we can't balance that out. We appreciate the heads up there. Hopefully that'll be a little bit better. We like the Nat sounds, but we don't want them too loud, so. And the Mounties are going to take the ball here, 2nd and 10. Lloyd looks and fires to McWhorter, who can't hang on to it, and he's hit immediately. Hit by Roman Aaron, it looks like. There's 2 number 10s on the roster here. And all right. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Mounties. Lloyd scrambles to his left, throws, and can't hit Hawkins. It looks like the defender got a hand on the ball there. Darnell Washington was able to get a hand on the ball there, it looked like, and tap it away. So it's going to bring up 4th and 10, and Hernandez will come back out to kick. Kick is up. It's a high kick. It'll go down to about the 30. And the defense will bring down number 18, Jackson Freeman, at just short of the 40-yard line, or right at the 40-yard line. That'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats. Nick Richmond is split out wide to the right. And you got a sweep there from number 2, Brendan Clark, around the left side, and he's going to pick up about 8 or 9 yards, maybe close to, depends on the spot. Looks like we're going to get about 8 yards on the carry. Bring up second and short, about second and a short 2. And Richmond gets the ball out in the flat. It looks like they're going to throw it to Joseph Thompson, who's had the hot hand tonight, and the ball goes past him over to number 14 and Richmond, and then he gets stopped for about a yard gain, so that'll bring up 3rd and 1. Give the Mounties a possible chance here to force the Wampus Cats into a 4th down. 3rd and 1. And the quarterback's going to keep, and he's going to bust through the line and get down all the way to the 37-yard line before he's brought down by Jacob Taylor and others. All right, so that's going to bring up 1st and 1st and 10. Quarterback scrambles to his left, and he looks to run. He's got some space, decides to go out of bounds instead of taking a hard hit over there on the sidelines. He had a chance to maybe turn up field and get some yardage or take a hit, but he just decided to go out of bounds and take the safe play. And
How come Cade is way down there by himself doing nothing? Why is he down there? Do we want him down here? Do we want Cade down here or closer? Huh?
all right. Big number 2, Brennan Clark, is tackled, kind of ridden down for the tackle over here on 2nd and short. It looks like he's going to have the 1st down or close to it. Hard to tell. They're doing a measurement right there at the end. From this angle, we can't tell if it is. They're going to mark it just inches short of a 1st down. That'll bring up 3rd and inches. So Mountie defense will be put to the test. Another short yardage situation here at about the 27-yard line. Quarterback is going to keep it, and he's going to get the 1st down, and before a whole bunch of Mounties push him back across the line. But his forward progress will get him down to about the 23 or 4 maybe. In fact, they're going to mark it right at the 24. Incomplete pass. They'll bring up second down. Ray is going to stay in the shotgun like he has been all night. Got 3 men out to the left. He throws to and hits number 4, and he gets takes a block and just sails right in for a score. Giovanni Johnson. They've got him listed in the program as quarterback, but he's playing wide receiver tonight. A junior, 195-pound, 6'4" junior. And he was able to take advantage of the block over there and get in for the score. Jordan Wicks is going to go for another kick, and kick is up. It is good. Another really high kick. That kick is almost hitting the very top of the goal post.
Are we in the second quarter yet?
And we've got 1:40 left in the first quarter.
Another one. Don't panic.
20 minutes. And Wicks gets ready to kick. A high wobbly kick over to Hawkins. He takes it at about the 10 and gets down to about the 27 before he's forced out of bounds, and that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Mounties. Lloyd will take the shotgun and hand off to Hawkins, and he's going to get a little bit of running room there, 3 or 4, maybe 3 yards. Lloyd will take the snap and pass it over to a wide open McWhorter, who gets hammered by number 18, Jackson Freeman. Able to connect on that pass, but Freeman was waiting on him on that one. The Mounties are looking at 3rd and 10 here. They've got 4 receivers. A long pass to oh, nice catch. Garrett Dake slows down and snags a catch and brings the ball all the way down across midfield down to about the 40 We'll call it the 35-yard line, and the Mounties have got a little bright spot here. Have him meet him down there. Where is he? Have him, look, have him meet me down here. Look, have him hustle down here. Oh, here you are. I was just getting him, he got him. Let's get the band here or something. All right, we had to do a little handoff play up here in the press box to get a fresh battery to our camera crew. And the Mounties are taking a little timeout here for at the change at the end of the first quarter. The Mounties would like to see a chance here to score. If you listen to the band and watch the Spirit Squad, you wouldn't believe the score, because they are very positive and trying to bring some momentum to the Mounties and show support for their team, as I'm sure the team appreciates. And McWhorter is held, loses a little bit on the play. It's about a break even. Maybe a half a yard or less. McWhorter is going to come off. Aaron Jones is going to join Hunter Lloyd in the backfield. He's going to, and a wide open. Ooh, nice catch. A wide open Will Sims. Well, I say wide open. That was a difficult catch for Sims, and he pulled it down and has got the Mounties all the way down to the 11-yard line.
He needs to be all the way down here while the Mounties score. It's way down there.
And McWhorter is going to get down to about the 3-yard line.
Tell him to hustle. His movie is on the wrong end of the field. I know, but we've been down here just now getting down there. I know, but he's got to. Okay.
All right. McWhorter just almost scored on that play, and the Mounties have got a second and, I'm going to call it 2nd and 4, it says on the scoreboard. And a little defender there got in the way on that pass. You got a third and 4, and the Mounties are going to take a minute to talk about it here.
Blair Brick built a foundation. Conway Public Schools Foundation is encouraging you to keep the Wampus Cat spirit alive and be a part of the newest tradition, the Wampus Cat Courtyard. Your purchase of a brick to be placed in the courtyard gives a lasting legacy and also benefits the Conway Public Schools Foundation and its grants program for teachers.
All right, the Mounties are going to see if they can't do something here to get the score a little closer. Really some good play, some good catches by the receivers and good passes by the quarterback here to get the Mounties back into a position to score. And you have to wonder here what the coach is going to call. Defense is got to expect a pass, and they got one right there. It looked like Sims might have been open, but the defender got a hand on it. It's hard to score down that close to the goal line because there's just not a lot of room to throw, not a lot of open field. You have to. 4th and 4. There's just no really kicking a field goal at this point. So Lloyd's going to see if he can't connect, and he's going to throw it across the field to a wide open. Trying to see who that is. Kyle.
Is that
Kyle Conway. He's listed in the program as an outside linebacker. Kind of a surprise.
Or is that Andrew McGlynn? Is that McGlynn?
I'm sorry, I bet that was Andrew McGlynn there. They're both listed as number 10 here in the program. So the Mounties get on the scoreboard here. And it's 28-6. That's good to see the Mounties. They're in the hole, and instead of being down, they fight back and make some really big plays and come back and score here. It's really tough to score when you get down that close to the goal and on a pass because there's not a lot of room to operate, and Hunter Lloyd was able to throw a strike and get the catch and give the Mounties a little momentum here as they go into the second quarter. Hernandez gets ready to kick. Hernandez kicks up, long end over end kick, and it's going to be fielded at about the 5. And Clark is going to be taken down at about the 23. It's going to bring up 1st and 10, or I say 23. It's more like the 27. And that's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats with about 11, just under 11 minutes to play in the first half. Cornerback comes in off the sidelines just in time, and the play goes the other way, but the Wampus Cats will get another first down or close to it on that first down play, a long run toward the home sidelines. Quarterback hands off the ball in the mount to Clark again, and he'll get about 3 yards on the left side of center, or I say more like 2, a short 2 maybe. Chance here for the Mounties to get a stop at midfield. Quarterback looks, throws, and just overthrows the defender. Logan Watkins was right there ready to hammer the defender. The quarterback seemed content to throw the ball away on that one. Conway comes back to the line of scrimmage about third and 8. Mounties are trying to get in position. Putting some wide open. Wide open Joseph Thomas gets the first down, and he's been a big factor in tonight's ball game. Made some big catches, both for scores and for first downs when the Wampus Cats needed them. There's 3 receivers split out on the right side of the field. And the quarterback looks, and he throws to didn't really hit close to any of them. It looked like it might have been a possible interception there, but it hit the field, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10. Rhea takes the snap, looks, launches a real long one, just overthrew the receiver. Nick Richmond couldn't get to it. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Big play here for the Mounties. Long snap, and Conway's going to take a timeout and try to talk about this. They don't want to do anything here to give the Mounties a chance to get momentum and get a stop and come back and score. So they're going to go talk about it, and it'll give the Mounties a chance to regroup as well. So we're going to take a break here, and I'll be right back. No.
Shut up. I gave you a Coke. That should be good enough. Dude, when I was running for the bag, I dropped $1 on the ground. I dropped all those quarters down. I've been trying to do this. Rather not get in trouble than lose $1. He said something about getting paid.
Casey Allred just put the saunch on the quarterback there and got a sack, and it's now 4th and at least 20. And Conway's going to be forced to kick. They get a high kick, and McWhorter will take it and just gets hammered by about 5 defenders there. I think that was, yeah. Was that McWhorter or Nate that caught that? That was Nate Hahn. There were so many blue jerseys I couldn't see who got it, but that was a gutsy catch there, but it just wasn't anywhere to go with it. And the Mounties will take over the ball at the 18-yard line. And yeah, you have to wonder here if the Mounties can answer back with another big score. And it looked like McWhorter might have a little running room there, and then it closed up pretty quick. And he's going to get. They're going to mark it with no gain, so it's going to be 2nd and 10.
I'm trying to pay attention to the camera, not the players. The camera's out.
And Lloyd's going to throw one that'll be incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd and 10. Mounties will be forced to pass here. Lloyd looks, and he's trying to get one. Oh! Garrett Dake looks like he may have saved a possible interception there. The defender was just in a real good position. And Dake was able to stop it from being picked. So the Mounties want to see a reception there and a score, but it's also good to see a heads-up play there by the receiver. A long kick from Hernandez, and it's bobbled at the 50, but he's going to get out to about 5-yard run back, and it'll be at the Conway 45. Or I'm sorry, at the Mountie 45 into Mountie territory. And so Conway will take over 1st and 10 at the Mountie 45. 3 receivers on the wide end of the field, on the Mountie side of the field. Quarterback hands off to the running back, who gets close to the first down. Bulls his way forward for about 8 yards maybe. Going to bring up 2nd and 2. Rhea hands off, and number 33. Well, this is confusing. They've got 2 33s listed as court running back here, so. Quarterback takes snap, hands off.
Hey, Coach, do you know which 33 that is? Do you know which 33 they've got? They're both juniors.
We're going to call him Giovanni King since I've got 2 to pick from here. And we're going to have 2nd and 6. Quarterback takes the snap from shotgun. And number 33 will find his way down to about the 18-yard line. Be enough for a Wampus Cat first down. And the refs are going to stop play with a penalty. And they're going to step it off a motion call for 5 yards against Conway, it looks like. That's going to make a 1st and 15. Are we still streaming? Okay, good stream. Just checking the stream. Looks like it's good. Mic check. Okay, Conway's huddled up over there for a little pep talk, and the Mounties are back out on the field ready to play. Where's my audio? All right, the Wampus Cats come back out on the field. We've got 3 receivers out, 2 on the right side and 1 on the left. 2 running backs, even with the quarterback. He turns, passes, complete, and he gets down to about the 14-yard line. Nick Richmond again on the play. And they're going to mark it down at about the 15-yard line, which is going to bring up 2nd and 6. Quarterback fakes a handoff and rears back and passes. It just hurls it out of bounds. It's he had some pressure there and decided to let it just toss it out of bounds. And that'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Wampus Cats. And the Mounties will try to make a stand here at the 15-yard line with 4 minutes and 52 seconds left to play in the first half. Rhea takes the ball, tosses it, and he's got a man open, but he can't hang on to it. Giovanni Johnson drops the ball, and the Mounties will get another chance here. We may get to see the Jordan Wicks. He's showed off those very high extra point kicks that seem to almost hit the top of the goal post. And let's see what he can do here on it's going to be a 32-yard attempt. This should be a chip shot for him. It's kind of an angle, though. We'll have to see how he does for the left-footed kicker who's kicking back to the left. And he's going to kick is up, and it is good. So he had plenty of length on it. It was right toward the right side of the goal, so but it did clear, and it's good, and that will bring the score to Conway 31, Mounties 6. And we've got 4 minutes and 42 seconds to play in the first half. On the road at Conway. This is RHS TV. We appreciate you watching. Jordan Wicks is set to kick off. A left-footed kicker for Conway. A strong kicker. And he sails one deep to about the 8-yard line, and Hunter Hawkins will take it and run it back to about the 23-yard line, where the Mounties will take over 1st and 10. Plenty of time left here for the Mounties to score and tighten the game. The Mounties were able to close the gap with their with their touchdown. They missed the extra point, and Conway came back and was able to get a field goal. So Hunter Lloyd is in shotgun. He hands off to McWhorter, who runs into a lot of traffic at the line of scrimmage, and he's able to get a little bit, about 2 to 3 yard gain, probably a long 2, short 3. Lloyd will be set in shotgun, and they're going to call a delay of game penalty, it looks like, on the Mounties. Or did they get a timeout call there? Yeah, looks like they called it. It looked like the ref was throwing a flag, but they managed to call a timeout, so there is no penalty. And it'll give the Mounties a chance to talk with 3 minutes and 52 seconds left to play in the second quarter. And play is set to resume. Split out to the right side is Will Sims. Hawkins playing running back. He usually plays receiver, but he's is tackled close to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd and 9, maybe a 3rd and a long 8. A long pass. Oh, almost. It looked like Dake had a chance to get it, but the defender was right there all over him and was able to stop the reception without getting the interference call. That's a tough play for both players there to and the punt goes just over midfield, and the number 18 Jackson Freeman is going to field it at about the 45-yard line for the Wampus Cats, and that'll bring up 1st and 10 with 3 minutes and 6 seconds left to play in the half. And quarterback takes the snap, hands off to number 33, who finds some running room and just keeps on going even though they've got his jersey stretched.
Listen to see who he says runs it at 33.
Kerry McLean on the carry, number 33, is going to get about 5 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Wampus Cats. Rhea passes it to Will Kennedy, and refs are going to talk this one over. Looked like we had a first down for the Wampus Cats, but they're going to call holding on the offense, so that's going to bring the ball back and bring up 2nd and long for the Conway Wampus Cats. So a big break there for the Mounties. It's going to bring it back 2nd and 9. Quarterback's going to take the snap and pass hands off again to McLean. And he's going to get down almost to the first down marker. I'm going to say about 2 yards short. It's going to be 3rd and 2, and Conway's going to move quickly and right back to him again. And McLean will get down. He'll get the first down and take the ball to about the 27-yard line to move the chains. And with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left, the Wampus Cats are not wasting any time setting up. And the Mounties are scrambling to get in position here before the quick play. And now the quarterback backs up, tosses, and looked like he had a man open there, and wasn't sure how he managed to catch that. Was able to catch it just off of the turf, and looked like it might have been a trap, but the ref's going to call that play good. Said he had a good catch there. It's hard to see from this angle. Quarterback takes the snap, or takes it now, and passes to a wide open 14, but he can't get the ball to him. Nick Richmond was there, and it hit him in the hands, but it wasn't quite where he wanted the ball, and he couldn't hang on to it. He had to turn around to try to catch it, and he couldn't keep his hands on the ball. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Conway's going to move quickly here with 1:46 left to play, and the clock stopped, and they're going to toss the ball. Or he's going to look. He's trying to find somebody to throw it to, and he's got a wide open number 9, Will Kennedy, and makes the connection, and that'll bring the score to 37-6 with 1:38 to play. But we do have a flag down on the field. And it's in the area where you might think a holding call could be, so we'll have to wait and see what the call is. Quarterback had a lot of pressure there, so there may have been a hold. they calling it? Huh? All right, then they are going to call. They are going to call holding there, and that will that will negate the score. And so quarterback will take it, look, and throw it out of bounds. Not catchable ball there. Kennedy can't get a hold of that one. It's too far out of bounds for him. And so this is a big down here for the Mounties. They need to get a stop here, and Conway wants to try to get a first down to keep the momentum going. The receiver was open. He just couldn't hang on to the ball. Hit him in the hands, but it bounced loose. So number 16, Joseph Thomas, can't hang on to it, and he's been a hot hand for the Wampus Cats tonight, but he dropped it there. So that'll bring up fourth down, and you have to wonder here whether they may just go ahead and take another shot at it, or whether they'll try out their strong kicker. The kicker has shown the ability to make a long kick, but they're going to go ahead and try to score. So he looks, launches, and he's got him. He didn't really have him open because there was 3 Mountie defenders right there on him, and a great job by the Mounties. You had number 12, Mason Self. You had Nate Hahn, and I didn't see the other one, but you had 3 defenders right there on him, and you have to wonder why they didn't try that kick with that big, strong Jordan Wicks has been just nailing those kicks, but they decided to try, and that'll be a big turnover for the big break for the Mounties, and they're going to try to McWhorter is going to get the ball and run it all the way back to the 44-yard line, and there's going to be a flag, and you have to wonder if that may have been a face mask. I'm not. It looked like it. That's not what the Mounties were looking for there. They're going to bring it back. What was... Well, they're going to call that back, and it's going to be Mounties will try again. Now, pressure on the quarterback. He throws to Hawkins, who can't hang on to it, and he's hit as soon as he touches the ball. Mounties have 1 minute left to play. It's 2nd and 11. This would be a big play here for the Mounties if they could score here with a minute left to play and try to build some momentum going into the half. Oh, nice play. Garrett Dake is able to catch the Oski, and it's the intended receiver, Hawkins, got a hand on it, but he couldn't catch it, and Dake just caught the snag right across the field. That may have been the play of the game so far for the Mounties. Huge play. It brings up first down, and with 43 seconds left to play. It gives the Mounties a chance to score. It's at midfield, but it builds some confidence, and they're going to try to trick play here. Hawkins throws it back to Lloyd. All right, that play didn't work, but it did a little razzle-dazzle out there. Looked like McWhorter may be shaking up on the play or just may have lost his breath or gotten, it's hard to tell. McWhorter's going to come off the field, or I say that, they may be calling a timeout. Well, I'm not sure exactly what happened to McWhorter there. I didn't see it. But he looks a little shaken up, and he's going to come off the field with less than a minute to play, and hopefully he'll be back for the second half. Lloyd is going to see if he can lead his troops down halfway across the field in 26 seconds to get the Mounties back in this ball game. Long launching pass there. Oh, it hit him in the hands, but it was it was on the tough spot to catch over there on the kind of almost the right at the bend of the arm there. It just wasn't quite where he could get his hands on it. The defender was right there all over him, but managed to avoid a interference call. So Lloyd is showing that he's not afraid to throw into traffic and give the Mounties a chance to come down with the catch. 20 seconds to play. Lloyd tosses it to almost gets it intercepted by number 18, Jackson Freeman, the outside linebacker. But Freeman can't hang on to it, and that'll bring up, it'll bring up 4th and 10, and you just have to think the Mounties will probably go ahead and take another shot at it here just to see if they can do it. You hate to put Conway, though, in a position where they'd have one last chance to score from midfield, but at this point, the Mounties, with 4 seconds left, they're going to have to get the ball off or they're going to get delay play, and Lloyd waited too long, looking over to the sidelines for instructions instead of getting that snap, and just waited that second too long to get that, to make the call for the ball, and they'll get the delay call, and the ball will turn over on down. So, or it won't turn. I'm sorry, it won't turn over on downs, but it's going to get the 5-yard penalty, and at this point they'll go ahead and let Hernandez kick it in an effort to keep the Wampus Cats from trying to score with just a few seconds left to play. And almost blocked. And it rattles around down to about the 23. And they just let the ball go dead, and it'll go dead with 1 second left to play. So the Conway will get one last toss at the goal. And this is going to be a big play here. Conway is going to just rear back and try to jack one in. So, no, they're not. They're going to just run it out and let the game be over for the half. And be content to go into halftime with a 25-point lead. And some positives for the Mounties there toward the end of the half. They were able to score, able to hold the Wampus Cats to a field goal, and might have been able to score if they hadn't had at least a chance to score if they hadn't got the penalty for delay of game. So still a uphill battle for the Mounties, but a positive end to the half. And we're going to take a break and put the cameras out on the field and let y'all watch the halftime show. And we will be back for RHS TV. This is Scott Davis.
Scores from around the 7A. Second quarter, Cabot 14, Springdale 14. Fayetteville 43, Southside 7 at halftime. Springdale Harbor 9, Fort Smith Northside 7 at halftime.
All right, welcome back, Mountie fans. The Rogers Mounties finished the half on a positive note. They came back and scored touchdown on a drive with 3 or 4 really impressive catches, hard but impressive catches. They held the Wampus Cats from scoring down deep in their own territory and were able to force a kick, and so they got away with 3 points. It looked like the Mounties might have a chance to score. Ran out of time at the end of the half, so we've got a 25-point deficit. It's going to be a challenge to overcome, but the Mounties have shown some positive momentum at the end of the half. So I'm sure Coach Lloyd and the staff is trying to build on that to get a good, strong finish. And we're going to be trying to get our cameras back online and our film crew's trying to defrost, and they're a little slow getting back out. Take it down to him and I'll run this. And we've got 10 seconds left to play, or 10 seconds still in the half. Oh, goodness. Someone left the barn door open here. Or not the barn door, but the field door. Mounties come back out on the field. Wampus Cats do the same. The band is all right, and the Wampus Cats get a kickoff, and the Mounties will take it. Hawkins will take the ball and return it to about the 27-yard line. Who's out there with him? Well, Chris, you're not going to run this? All right, the Mounties will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. Lloyd takes the snap, avoids the defender, and decides to scramble it, and hits the sidelines just short of a first down. Lloyd was able to take a busted play that looked like a possible loss, and instead of just hurling the ball out of bounds, he scrambled and almost got a first down. I guess the mark wasn't quite as good as I thought it was, but he's going to be about 2nd and 4. Lloyd takes it. They're going to blow it dead. Guess you're going to call a procedure call there on the Mounties. Going to push that's a tough break. They're going to push the ball back. Going to make it about 2nd and 9. just no room there. Hawkins trying to work his way free, but the defender's just not giving him any room. And the program we have here does not have a number 25, so I'm not sure who the player is, but Dake gets the catch, but it's going to be 2 yards short of a first down, so it'll bring up 4th and 2, and the Mounties will have to kick. That penalty was big on that possession, and the Mounties just can't afford those mental mistakes if they're going to get back in this game. Kick is long. Conway will have the ball, 1st and 10. At about the 35, right on the 35-yard line. And the Wampus Cats will get about 6 on the carry, or maybe closer to 5. Bring up 2nd and 5. And Brendan Clark, again, gets another first down. He's been a big boost for the Conway Wampus Cats tonight. And the Cats will get about 8 on the play. Bring up 2nd and a long 2, maybe a short 3. Quarterback still in the shotgun. Going to hand off. Clark again across the first down marker. Down into about the 42-yard line. They're going to mark it closer to the 41. Quarterback hands off again. And Clark almost busted that one. He got down to he found some running room, but a defender was able to get a hand on him and stop him at about the 33. About a 9-yard, 8.5, 9-yard gain. Snap is good, and again, still back to Clark, and he's going to slip. He had some running room, but he lost his footing down there, but not until he got a first down, and that's going to bring him down to about the 26. Conway seems content here just to hand the ball off to Clark and eat up the clock and just try to keep grinding out first downs. There's not a whole lot of passing they're doing on this possession. Once again, Clark gets the ball, and he's only going to get about 3 on that one, maybe a long 2. Let me see where they mark it. It's going to be about 3, so it'll bring up 2nd and 7. And we'll have to see here if they'll try something else or they're going to just go. It's a cold night here in Conway, Central Arkansas. And once again, Clark, I'm not sure how many plays in a row have gone straight to Clark, but it's been several. And you think that they might mix it up a little bit, but they seem content to hand it to Clark, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 7. And once again, they've got 14 and 16. Richmond and Thomas split out, and quarterback will throw. And wide open, Richmond had the ball in his hands on about the 2-yard line and just dropped it. So big break for the Mounties, and that'll bring up 4th and 8. And I think we're going to get a chance to see if the Wampus Cat left-footed kicker can put through a 40-yard field goal. And this is going to be from right to left for a left-footed kicker. So it's kind of a tough angle, but he certainly got the strength for the kick. So let's see what he can do here. Kick is up. It is just barely good. Had plenty of length, but it looked like it was going to hook to the right, and it catches that corner. And the kick is in, and Conway will add 3 more and increase it to 34-36. It looked like the Wampus Cats might go ahead and run their way in for another score, but the Mounties were able to get a stop and force them to kick, so keep this game competitive. And we're going to have big Jordan Wicks is going to get another chance to. He kicks kind of a high, wobbly, end-over-end kick, and the Mounties haven't been able to get a lot of return on it because the coverage can get down by the time the ball is fielded. So kick is high and end over end, and it's taken at about the 10. And McWhorter gets it out to about the 27 before the coverage collides on him, and he's brought down. It looked like he might pop a little seam there, but the Wampus Cats are able to close it. So the Mounties will get another chance. They're going to mark that at about the 27, like I said. And this will be a big test here for the Mounties. They'd like to come back and see if they can't punch in a score to tighten this game up and see if there's a way they can close the gap. Lloyd still in at quarterback. Hands off to McWhorter, who's looking for somewhere to go, and he's just kind of corralled there at the line of scrimmage. And he's going to get about 2, maybe pull about 3 out of it, but there just wasn't really a big hole there for him to go through. And Lloyd's going to take the snap from shotgun still, and he's going to pass it quickly. Right through the hands of Will Sims. Sims was wide open, and he had a short pass out there that he could have got, but the ball just got away from him. So it'll bring up 3rd and about 7. Big play here for the Mounties. They don't want to turn the ball back over to the Wampus Cats and let them have a chance to score. Like to keep the scoring going here. And, the defender took a chance and tried to cut in front of Hawkins and missed the interception, and Hawkins was able to snatch the catch and carry the ball all the way down across midfield to about the 48-yard line. So big play here for the Mounties. And they're going to actually they're gonna mark it closer to the 46. So good spot for the Mounties and a good play by Hawkins. Sometimes that gamble to step in front of the receiver pays off, and other times you get burned, and that's what happened there. Conway tried to get one they couldn't really get, and it paid the price. So Lloyd throws one again to a wide open Garrett Dake, and there's about 3 or 4 defenders right there by him, but he's able to get him just for a second open, enough to make the connection and get about a 7-yard gain to bring up 2nd and 3, maybe almost a long 3. Good heads-up play by the quarterback there. You got 2 receivers stacked up on the left side there, and hands it off to McWhorter, and just nowhere for McWhorter to go. He can't get back to the line of scrimmage before he's hammered by about 4 defenders there. So he's going to lose a little on the play, and that'll bring up 3rd, and I'd call it 3rd and 4. Another big play here for the Mounties. You got Hawkins split out on the right, and Hawkins is now going to back up off the line. Now they're going to call timeout. I don't know if they didn't like what they saw or they're running out of time, but they decided to take a look at it. And like I said, this is a big possession here for the Mounties because it's early in the 3rd quarter, or I say early. It's 4 minutes and 46 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and the Mounties would like the chance here to close the gap and get back in this game. And if they have to turn it over here, that makes that real hard to do. So Conway is also worried about the Mounties' little rally here. So Coach Lloyd has done a good job keeping the Mounties team competitive this game after falling behind early, and they've managed to stay in there and keep the game from being a runaway. And so hopefully they can score here and go into the 4th quarter with some momentum. Third and 4. Lloyd takes the snap and throws it to Hawkins, who just can't quite hang on to it. And he had the first down if he had hung on to it. And you have to wonder here if they might go for it. And they are going to go for it. I mean, at this point, if they don't get the first down, it's going to be a long road to hoe. So they're going to go ahead and take a chance. And he just launches a long one, and it gets a little push there. The defender decided to kind of give a little nudge to Hawkins, and then they're going to call pass interference, it looks like. So the gamble by the Mounties paid off, and that's going to get them right down in scoring position. The defender might have just let that play out, and Hawkins would have had a hard time catching that ball because the defender had good position, but he got a little nudge there and just enough to get the call. And huge play, good composure by the Mounties, both Hawkins and Lloyd. Hey.
Tell him not to let those players and coaches bully him out of the way. He needs to get his position down there.
I mean, he's way back. They're all those fans are just blocking him out of the way. Here. Hey, don't let those guys just get your spot up there. You need to get up there. You have to go down to the to the right of the. Or no, you got to get over there down past them, but don't let them. They've got you blocked out on that front. Are you with me? Huge play by the Mounties. And it's going to be 1st and goal from the the 2-yard line, and they're going to call something here. I mean, he can't move the refs, but the fans don't need to be in his way. And the Mounties are going to force their way in, and they're going to score. Good job by the Mounties. I'm sorry, I made a bad call earlier. The Mounties, that was the 2-point conversion there, and the Mounties scored. Was that a touchdown to the 2-point? All right, that's going to bring the Mounties to 34-12, and now they are going to go for 2. I'm sorry, it's hard for us to see up here. Lloyd tosses it in and gets the pass. Wow. Andrew McGlynn snags another one. Huge play, because that brings it down to a 20-point game. That's a 3-touchdown game for the Mounties now. They're in this ball game. It looked like the Wampus Cats might run away with it, and the Mounties are right back in it. So it's still an uphill battle, but they have shown a lot of grit in getting back in this ball game. The key now is the Mounties have got to get a stop. Got to get a stop and keep this momentum going. With 3:27 left in the 3rd quarter, there's plenty of time here. The Mountie band and the Mountie cheer squads are celebrating the big touchdown, and the fans are really a good turnout here for Mountie fans. And a high kick is going to be fielded about the 30, and they're going to Conway's going to get the ball back all the way to the 38. So a little more of a return than the Mounties might have wanted there, but it'll bring up 1st and 10. All right, gut check time for the Mounties here. See if they can get a stop. Handoff again. This may be Brendan Clark versus the Mounties again. Last time the Mounties had the ball. I'm sorry, the Wampus Cats had the ball. they tried to eat up as much clock as they could, just running right up the middle every time to Clark. And Mounties struggled to stop him. They finally got to stop, but not before he was able to get into field goal range. And there we've got a new runner, but also a running back. It's 33, Corey McLean. Gets about 4.5, maybe 5 yards. Gets the ball just across midfield. It's 48. We're going to call it 2nd and 6. And once again, back to Clark, and he'll scramble for enough. It looks like they're going to call it for the first down. If not, it's going to be real close. They may call for a measurement here. No, they're going to go ahead and just call it a first down. And that brings up 1st and 10. So a little mix-up on the running, but still they're sticking with Clark. Once again, Clark. They're not getting a lot of huge gains, but just enough to keep the clock moving and keep the chains moving. So, good 5-yard gain. They've got Clark listed in the program at 5'8", 185, so he's not a giant runner, and he's just able to get some yards. And here the Mounties are able to hit him close to the line of scrimmage and hold him to about 1 yard. So it's going to be about 3rd and a short-looking 3. Big play here for the Mounties, and you almost have to think this is 2-down territory for the Wampus Cats, especially with a 20-point lead. They'll probably go ahead and go for it even if they don't make it here. But chance for the Mounties to get a stop and get that ball back, and they need to do it here before they get into field goal range. A good tackle there by number 24, Justin Klein. He's able to hit Clark in the backfield and slow him down just enough to keep him from getting any momentum and get the stop right there at the 35. So it's going to be 4th and 3, and like we said earlier, Conway will go ahead and go for it here, and they're going to pass it to number 4, and he is able to get the first down. Giovanni Johnson. Good set of hands on Johnson. He's listed in the program as a quarterback, so tough break for the Mounties at getting that first down there. It's a big possession here too. McLean is powers his way down for about 5 or 6 more, and tell Cade to move down left past the chain gang. Tell him to get further down toward the goal from the chain gang. Not behind them, get down to the left of the chain gang, toward the goal. Toward the goal, not back. And that's the end of the third quarter. 12 minutes left to play. It's Wampus Cats 34, Mounties 14.
3.
That's okay. They're not in the way now.
Kerry McLean the
Let's
ball
keep
carrier.
getting caught up.
Making the tackle, John Horn. First and 10, Wampus Cats. The Mounties 15-yard line.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
McLean the ball carrier.
Man. They keep getting it.
Making the tackle, Justin Keene.
At least they're doing good.
first 19.5 yards. Next extra point is good. Your score. 9:24 left in the game. Conway 41, Rogers 14. Set kickoff for Wampus Cats. Returning the kickoff for Rogers, Hunter Hawkins. Making the tackle for Conway, Paul Hoover. First and 10 Mounties. 21-yard line. Hunter Lloyd's pass intended for Will Sims falls incomplete. While in coverage, Will Kennedy. Second down, 10.
Come on, Mounties! Come on, Jack, let's go! Come on, Dylan! Go, boys!
Colin McRiver, the ball carrier. Makes the tackle, Will Kennedy. First and 10 Mounties. 32-yard line.
Go, Mounties! Come on, boys, let's go!
Hunter Lloyd's pass intended for Paul McRiver. Ball's incomplete, providing the coverage, Logan White.
All right. Thank you. I just got to know we had a lot of audio problems. We got it fixed back. Thanks for the heads up.
Hunter Lloyd's pass complete to Hunter Hawkins.
Hawkins can't hang on to it.
Making the tackle.
Hammered on that play by the defender. He's going to hobble off the field. It looks like kind of limping a little, favoring one of his knees there, it looked like. Coach is going to check him, make sure he's okay.
With
And it'll bring up 3rd and nearly 13 for the Mounties here with 8 minutes to play. Pitch out to McWhorter, and he gets some running room, and he's going to get a first down and till he's surrounded by several Wampus Cats. We just got a text, and we appreciate it. You guys that are watching, we really are proud the Mounties have hung in here tonight, and it's been a tough game, but they've kept fighting, and they're doing it right now. They're driving. It looks like they have a chance to cross midfield and hopefully score on this possession. So just when it looked like the Mounties were facing tough odds, McWhorter pulls off a long run and gets them back in it. And nice pass there by Lloyd, and gets the ball down to about midfield. Mason Ross makes the catch. About 14 seconds left on the apple. You know, at this man, I'd be surprised to see Hernandez go back in to kick at this point of the game. Lloyd takes it and throws a bullet. Nice play to nice play there to Will Sims, and enough for the first down. And a little pass out to the strong side of the field by McWhorter, or to McWhorter, and he's going to get a couple yards on that before he runs it out of bounds. Want to take a minute to thank Cade Latham and Christian Zaldana. And we also want to thank Zeffirino and Johnny Contreras for working on this crew tonight. Great job by the cameras and the producers. McWhorter gets caught behind the line of scrimmage by 3 Wampus Cats, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long. Lost a few yards on that play. I'm going to say 3rd and 16, maybe 15. They say on the clock. It looks more than that from here. Ball's on the 48. First down is about the 31. So Lloyd's going to see if he can't connect on a pass here. He's going to launch one. Wide open. Oh! He hits a wide open Garrett Dake, and he just can't find a handle on the ball. It gets loose, and that was 6 points waiting to happen for the Mounties. So a nice toss by Lloyd, and I guess I stand corrected. The Mounties will bring in Willie Hernandez with 4 minutes and 12 seconds left to play. They're going to kick the ball here, or appear they're going to kick the ball here. And Hernandez gets off kind of a high but low short kick, and it goes out about the 25. They're going to mark it at about the 24. So that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Conway Wampus Cats. And boy, a nice toss by Lloyd right in the hands, and he just couldn't hang on to it. Looked like the Mounties were gonna light one up for another score. but you got to give a lot of credit to these Mounties. They fell behind, way behind early, and they've just been hanging in there and fighting and never giving up. And it's not like Conway has called off the dogs, because they've left in the starters the whole way and have not let up at all. So it's sometimes you see that when a team gets behind, the other team will change squads and let them have a chance to narrow the gap, and that's just not been the case tonight. Conway has played their hardest, and the Mounties have played even since falling behind, and they've done a good job. It gives them something to build on for next year. They've still got time here to get a stop and come back and score. And you have to appreciate the Mountie band. It's kind of a small but faithful crew that came down tonight, made the long trip. But they sound really good out there, and you can tell they have a lot of Mountie pride. And there's one of the coaches now he's over there, and he's giving Garrett Dake a big hug and telling him it's okay and it happens, and don't beat yourself up for dropping a pass. In the grand scheme of things, it's not going to make a lot of difference whether he catches that ball or not, and his quarterback is telling him the same thing. And you like to see that kind of sportsmanship, and this is a Mounties ball team, is a class team, and you can't help but have a lot of admiration for these young men. There's Hunter Lloyd is, you can tell on the sidelines, he's frustrated because he's such a competitor, and he's hung in here and played tough and made some great tosses and not ever once given up or quit trying, no matter how hard the game got, and that says a lot about this team and about its future. Conway gives the ball up the middle to, it's hard to tell who had the ball. There were so many players blocking and so many defenders there. Conway may be finally starting to switch in some new players here with 2 minutes left to play, but this is Nick McQuinn, the sophomore quarterback, is finally getting some reps here, and Conway has let some other guys come in off the bench and gets finally, with about 2 minutes left to play, they're letting some other guys play tonight. But it's been starters from all the way through for the Wampus Cats until now. And there may be some fresh faces too out there for the Mounties. Well, we've got about a minute to play here, and we appreciate you all staying on and watching the game with us. We'll be live streaming basketball games after the conference schedule starts, right after the first of the year. We'll be filming some of the games and putting highlights on our YouTube channel, Rogers High School Television. For those of you watching on our sports app, you can watch those highlight clips on the app as well. You can also watch our YouTube videos on the app, but and we also have some videos that we posted today and over the last couple days from last weekend's cross country meet. The girls' team was second in state. Allie Noctegal, a freshman, won first place in the 5K race, and the boys' team came in a good solid third. So we really appreciate the hard work of the crew tonight, and we're going to go ahead and call it a night for RHS TV. This is Scott Davis, Johnny Contreras, Christian Zaldana, and Cade Latham, and we appreciate you guys watching, and we'll be back soon.